and a very warm welcome. You are watching JanataTelevision and this is the English Bulletin with me, Anustha, Acharya. The top stories first. All the provinces announced budget for upcoming fiscal year. Bagmati province health unveiled the highest budget amount of all provinces. UML draws attention towards SPP draft in Parliament. Nepalese Army clarifies about the US-backed program. Emergency drill held at Tribhuvan International Airport. The airport was closed for half an hour to conduct the drill. Japan to attend NATO summit for the first time in history. The meeting is scheduled to be held from June 23 to 30. And Dipendra Singh IB ranks 9th in new ICC ranking. This is the highest ranking ever achieved by Nepali cricketer. And now the news in detail. All 7 provinces have unveiled the budget for the upcoming fiscal year 2022-23 on Wednesday. There is a provision for each province to announce the budget in accordance to the Intergovernment Financial Management Act 2074 on the first day of the third month of Nepali calendar every year. As per the province, all the provinces announce the budget within the deadline. Province 1 has announced a budget of Rs 39.73 billion with special focus on infrastructure development. Likewise, Madhya Province has announced a budget of Rs 46.88 billion. Presenting the budget in the Provisional Assembly yesterday, Provincial Finance Minister Sailendra Shah has said that province government has allocated Rs 21 billion for current expenditure and Rs 25 billion for capital expenditure. Bagmati province has announced a budget of Rs 70.93 billion. Finance Minister of the province, Sailkarna Chamarkatel, presented the budget yesterday. Similarly, Gandaki province announced a budget of Rs 36 billion. Karnali province announced a budget of Rs 32.61 billion and Sudar Paschim province announced a budget of Rs 36.74 billion while Lumbini province unveiled a budget of Rs 42.36 billion. The main opposition party, CPN-UML, has drawn serious attention of the government towards the draft of the US's State Partnership Program that Nepal is supposed to sign. A report.
The main opposition party has raised serious concerns regarding the government's intention to sign the State Partnership Program of the USA. UML lawmaker Pradeep Gyawali blamed that the government's prospect of signing the SPP would spur geopolitical conflict in the country. Speaking at the special hour during yesterday's meeting of the House of Representatives, former Minister Gyawali demanded with the government to clarify on the draft of the SPP. He argued that Nepal should not be involved in any activity that would breach the independent and balanced foreign policy of the country. Similarly, Gyawali viewed that it was beyond imagination for the Nepalese army to go for peacekeeping operations guided by strategies of any individual country unless at the call of the United Nations. He also stressed the need for abstaining from any activity that would affect the country's foreign policy and its relation with foreign countries. Meanwhile, the Nepalese army said that its attention has been drawn to the news reports related about the state partnership program with the United States of America. In the statement issued yesterday, the Army's Republic Relations Directorate clarified that the Nepalese army has not entered into any agreement for understanding regarding the SPP with the US Army or the government, and there is no such process to reach any agreement to that end. The Nepalese army has always been clear and aware of the fact that the non-aligned foreign policy pursued by Nepal, the specific geopolitical position of Nepal and its strategic sensitivities should not be adversely affected by any military partnership with anyone, reads the statement.
An emergency drill was conducted at the Tribhuvan International Airport on Wednesday to train the staffers to avert a possible air disaster at the airport. The airport authorities organized an artificial incident at the airport and then carried out rescue works. A full-scale emergency exercise was conducted at the airport, informed the Civil Aviation Authority of Nepal. According to CAN, the airport authorities mobilized fire engines and ambulances during the drill. The airport was closed for about half an hour to conduct the drill. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back after the break. We continue with other national news. The government yesterday confirmed 21 new cases of COVID-19 across the country. According to the Ministry of Health and Population, the number of active cases of COVID-19 has dropped to 150 after 9 people recovered from the disease. So far, a total of 979,137 people have tested positive for the virus in Nepal, while 966,962 people have already recovered. No new death from the virus was reported yesterday. The death toll from the virus remains constant at 11,951. Nepal is currently among top 66 countries affected by coronavirus. USA tops the list with 87.75 million cases, followed by India with 43.25 confirmed cases. The virus has infected more than 542.41 million people worldwide and has claimed over 6.33 million lives. The head of the World Health Organization announced on Tuesday that the International Health Regulations Emergency Committee has been convened due to the spread of the monkeypox virus to 32 non-endemic countries. The experts will meet on June 23 to assess whether the continuing outbreak represents a public health emergency of international concern. The highest level of global alert, which currently applies only to the COVID-19 pandemic and polio. So far this year, more than 1,600 confirmed cases and almost 1,500 suspected cases of monkeypox have been reported to WHO across 39 countries, including 7 countries where monkeypox has been detected for years and 32 new affected nations. At least 72 deaths have been reported from previously affected countries. No deaths have been registered so far from the newly affected countries, but the agency is seeking to verify news reports of the related death in Brazil. WHO has published recommendations for governments regarding case detection and control. Speaking to journalists in Geneva, WHO smallpox experts Lozamand Lewis said it was crucial to raise awareness in the population about the level of risk and explain the recommendations to avoid infection, close contacts, and family members. And now the news from economic front. A total of 168 cases have been registered at the Labour Court of Nepal so far in the current fiscal year. The court made such announcement public by organizing a press conference in the capital yesterday. Out of the total cases filed in the court, 139 cases have already been settled, and the information officer of the court, Ratna Ghimire. The total number of cases considering the pending cases has reached 397, said the information officer. Kimide further said that the court was running on rented buildings and it lacks parking space, computers, printed amongst other logistics. Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international news. Welcome back. Now the international news. Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida has said that he will attend the next month NATO summit in Madrid, becoming the country's first leader to join a top meeting of the transatlantic group. The announcement on Wednesday comes ahead of the June 26-30 gathering of the military alliance that it is seen as a crunch moment for its 30 members 4 months into Russian invasion of Ukraine. Sweden and Finland, which have applied to join NATO, are sending delegations to the summit, and South Korea's new president Yoon Suk Yeol will also be the first leader from his country to attend. Japan, a key United States ally and not a NATO member, has delivered defensive supplies to Ukraine and imposed tough sanctions on Russia in tandem with the other group of 7 countries. You are watching Janata Bulletin and now the latest from the world of sports. Nepali cricket team's all-rounder Dipender Singh Airi has ranked 9th in the new T20I ranking in all-rounder category published by the ICC on Wednesday. This is the highest ranking ever achieved by a Nepali player in its cricket history. Airi is ranked 9th in all-rounder category with rating points of 152. Prior to this, he was ranked 10th. Afghanistan's Mohammad Nabi is currently the top-ranked all-rounder in T20I ranking, followed by Shakib Al Hassan of Bangladesh, Moeen Ali of England and Glenn Maxwell of Australia. In the T20I batting section, Nepal's Kusal Bhurtel is ranked 39th, while Airi is ranked 43rd and Asif Sheikh 97th. Bhurtel improved one spot while Airi remained in the same position. Pakistan's Babar Azam lead the ranking in the battling discipline. Meanwhile, skipper Sandeep Lamichhane is ranked 39th in the bowling discipline of T20I, while Avinash Bohra is ranked 90th. Bohra improved one position while Lamichhane remained stable in 39th position. In the ODI section, Nepal's vice-captain Rohit Paudel jumped one spot to climb to the 82nd position. Pakistan's Babar Azam also leads the ODI ranking. Veteran footballer Balgopal Maharjan has been appointed as the coach of Nepal's women's national football team. His appointment comes at a time when the national women's football team of Nepal is gearing up for the Asian Cup. Prior to this, Maharjan was serving as a football coach of the Nepal Council on contract basis. Upon establishing himself as a successful coach, the sport governing body as well as the Ministry of Youth and Sports decided to appoint him as the coach of the national women's football team. The women's team will now play the Asian Games under his guidance. Maharjan said that the players will undergo training on the track for 3 days a week considering the situation of the field during the rainy season. He further said that the players will get to train on the field for 2 or 3 days a week. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin and the headlines once again. All 7 provinces announced budget for upcoming fiscal year. Bagmati province has unveiled the highest budget among the provinces. UML draws attention towards SPP draft in Parliament. Nepalese army clarifies about the US-backed program. Emergency drill held at Tribhuvan International Airport. The airport was closed for half an hour to contract the drill. Japan to attend NATO summit for the first time in its history. The meeting is scheduled to be held from June 23 to 30. And Dipender Singh Airi ranks 9th in the new ICC ranking. He is the highest ranking ever achieved by the Nepali cricketer. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.